Hi, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So, today we'll be getting into some messages, and today I'm going to do a pick a card. So, the key energy, key focus will be coming from a crystal card and the Lemurian. So I won't turn this one over. You're actually getting to choose from the image. And I've already shuffled and cleansed the cards. So now we're just asking for Supreme Intelligence, the Most High, Creator Source, to come in and give us divine insight and wisdom, and to connect with my energy that I may speak with truth and integrity, giving the messages with care and compassion, and that they may also be received in that energy. Okay, so before the message, I got some words. And one of the words I got was fire. Another was the violet flame. Another was gracious receptivity. And the last I definitely had to go a little bit deeper into is coalescence. Coalescence, okay? So the spiritual, what I'm taking from this intuitively, is some of you are working with violet flame energy, tapping into the fire element within you. I guess we got 4 today. And we know that fire, spiritually, is about intensity. It's about passion. It also represents the energy of birth and resurrection. Love also, because of passion. And this love, this passion can be in many aspects. It could be a passion project. It could be passionate about life, a passion for life, passion for your creativity, passion, intensity, love, fire. The violet flame represents, you get 2, okay, the alchemizing of negative energy. So if there's any negative energy I'm getting for any of you that are around your creativities, any negative energy around your passions, many of you are alchemizing that energy. The violet flame is also one of the hottest flames there are. So you know, whenever you strike a match or even a lighter, you'll see different shades within the fire. A very bright white sometimes, an orangey kind of a flame color, and sometimes there's this blue, violet, dark blue. That's that violet flame. It is one of the hottest types of flames, and it's so far on the spectrum that it's one of the last visible colors that can be seen. So it's like, intuitively, I'm getting some of you are it's like you're able to, you're at this portal, gateway, where you're seeing the visible, the things that are seen, but you're also in the unseen realms, working with violet flame energy tapping into the violet flame energy, alchemizing negative energy. And you're doing it with a gracious receptivity. The gracious receptivity is staying open to receiving the wisdom, receiving the insight, receiving clarity, receiving as well as giving. The gracious receptivity is also about focusing on love, self-love. It's also about worthy and knowing that you're worthy of this higher elevated wisdom that's coming forth. Worthy to receive. Worthy even to give. Some of you are balancing that out. You've been a giver, able to give easily of your time, energy, wisdom. Are you also able to receive? And vice versa. This gracious receptivity is also, I'm getting a potency for you. A spiritual potency, because gratitude is like a foundational, it's foundational in elevating anything you're doing spiritually. When you're coming from a place of gratitude, yeah, that sets a proper foundation. So coalescence, let's get into that. When I started to research the word, okay, I'm going to put this there since this fell there. Okay. Coalescence is the joining or merging of elements to form one mass or a whole. Coalescence is the act or process of coming together to form one larger group or substance, to grow together into one body. So the example that I'm seeing is like, you ever see rain on a windshield and it's one droplet by itself, but then as the rain kind of slides down, it hits another droplet and it gets bigger and those two become one, and then it slides down a little further and then those two droplets become three and then it's even bigger. And if it continues to grow, after a while you have from one droplet to an entire puddle that can turn into a lake, that can then become a pond or whichever is bigger, and then an ocean. So some of you may feel like you're a drop in the ocean, but you're still a necessary drop within that ocean. You get it? Coalescence, coming together. So another word or other words for coalescence are to blend something together, to fuse things together. For things to merge is also another. To mingle, to mix. Coalescence, to amalgamate. Mingle, mix, amalgamate. Coalescence. Coalescence implies that there's an affinity in the merging of the elements, meaning that it's like a good vibration, a higher vibration. It's not just mixing it together. There's an affinity in the merging of the elements, and usually it results in an organic unity. Coalescence is an alchemical process of becoming the empowered creator force that we truly are. And that takes us back to that violet flame, where energy is being alchemized, negative energy. I also got something about stepping out of illusions and constructs. sovereign energy. Gratitude is the gateway. And I think we did that the other day. I started out with the gratitude gateway of things I was thankful for. So I'm thankful for downloads. I'm thankful for the insight that comes together. I'm thankful for now knowing what coalescence means. The fact that it is a merging of divine wisdom, a merging with soul family, and affinity for the elements and how they come together. I'm thankful for alchemy. Thankful for sovereign energy. Thankful for life, health. Thankful for the abilities and skills I have that are spiritually bestowed upon me. Thankful for each and every one of you that tune into this video. And so now that we have an idea of what coalescence is and the key words, let me introduce you to our 4 piles today, okay? So that's that. As we're receiving messages, divine wisdom about coalescence, this violet flame, fire, and gracious receptivity. I know that's a lot. I said the same thing when I got this, like, what's the title to the video? And it's really just divine wisdom and insight, okay? With this violet flame and coalescence, group number 1, this is what your image looks like. Can you see that? And this is your crystal, the sunstone. Okay? So let the image of the crystal or the name of the crystal guide you, or the image that you're seeing before you. And this is group number 1. Okay? Group number 1. Group number 2, your image looks like this. Can you see that? Okay. And your crystal is the azurite. So this is what that all looks like together. Group number 2. Okay. And group number 3, you have 2 crystals, but this is what your image looks like. Okay. That's the picture. And your crystals are the bronzonite and the pedalite. Pedalite, bronzonite, and here's your image for group number 3. That's how I'm going to do this. And group number 4, which I really wasn't planning on, but sometimes you gotta deviate from the plan in order for it all to come together. So group number 4, yours looks like this. It looks like a flame. Can you see that? This is your image. And your crystal is the peridite. So this is 4. Three is what your image looks like. And your 2 crystals. And then this is your 2 crystals. And then 2, this is the image. And here is your crystal. and 1. Here's the image. And your crystal. Okay? So, let your intuition guide you. You can choose again, as I was saying, by the image of the card that you saw, whichever one speaks to you, and or the crystal that was speaking to you. You can also choose one of the images if it was only one that was speaking to you. You can choose 2. Or let your intuition guide you. There is no too much. And it's not wrong either, because you may receive messages from 1, 2, or all of them. Maybe there's something about coalescence, merging, mixing, coming together that you need to know from each pile. Allow your intuition to be your guide, okay? And let's get into these messages. I'm going to grab a few tarot cards to bring it all together, though. So, here we go. We have 3 tarot cards for each for this divine wisdom guidance that's coming forth. Thank you. Thank you. And I feel that one. For group number 2. 1, 2, 3. 2 more. Okay. And group number 4. Okay. Okay. So let's get into these messages about the violet flame, about your fire, and coalescence. And what did we say coalescence was again? The blending, the fusing, the merging together, the mixing. Okay, that's everything. Okay, we're going to keep group number 1. This was 2, 3. Oh, it's getting kind of dark. And 4. Okay, wait. 4. Should we do that backwards? 3. Yeah, 3, 4, 3, 2. Okay, thank you for your patience. So 4, 3 go here, 2 goes there. Group number 1, you chose the crystal of the sunstone. And you have the crystal keys as a part of your message. So you also have West with purge. You have forgiveness. Your tarot cards are and achievement. Your tarot cards are the Death, the 5 of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the Hangman. Okay, the Death, 5 of Cups, King of Pentacles, and the Hangman. You also have creativity, shapeshifter with transform and unveil your gifts, drum with dream and journey, Don't relinquish your power. Algaes with elk. Stone people with vigilance. Forest temple with enlightenment. Musing right along. Challenge. Authentic truth. Sadness. Commitment and abundance. Okay, group number 1. I see the affinity when it comes to coalescence and how things are merging together for you is that many of you have a special connection with the crystals, especially with the crystal keys here. So some of you have an extensive crystal collection. Some of you use the energy of the crystals and they assist you. And if you're not, then you're being encouraged to know that the crystals could be very beneficial to you at this time as you're being encoded with great knowledge is what I'm getting here. Many of you are purging out, letting go, releasing sadness. For one, you're putting in this effort to forgive. You're also doing your best to get over any challenges. And that's why you have the sunstone crystal here. The sunstone gives you light in times of darkness. So some of you feel very dark, and that's what you're purging out. You, especially with west here, the sun sets in the west. So some of you feel like things, like the sun is setting on certain things you've been working towards. But the coalescence in everything and how it's merging together is that something is ending so that something better can begin for you. In order for this newness to come in, as it's coming in, as you're being encoded with greater knowledge for your spiritual evolution, it's like you're deciphering wisdom codes right now. So you're being encouraged not to relinquish your power and to purge out the sadness and allow yourself to dream and journey. Continue to stand in your authentic truth. Now, this may be taking some effort, but with you putting in the intention along with your efforts, it's moving you towards achievement, group number 1. There's a lot of information within feeling the raw emotions and even with your intense reactions, because it allows you to be present and peel back the layers instead of covering them over. With this comes great spiritual insight. It's allowing you to unveil in a way that's tailored just for you, group number 1. Wisdom comes through our inner paradoxes. So even when you're feeling sadness, when you're feeling down or crying over spilled milk, wisdom can come through that. When you're not stuffing those emotions down, when you allow them to emerge towards the surface, card number 18 here, 8 and 1 totals 9, allowing that cycle to come forward and complete itself so that you can move forward with a more creative flow, because you've tapped into this state of surrender. Hangman here. The crystals are a very powerful key, group number 1, for your spiritual evolution. You're being encouraged to know that as you're going through this cycle and these codes, downloads are coming to you, you're being protected. And there's going to be an abundance of insight that even though you can't see it right now, how it's all merging together, you're going to be that much more confident as you stay watchful. Because sometimes when you're in this energy of sadness, it's not easy to forgive if you feel like someone else is the cause of your sadness. But you have the ability to shift out of that lack mindset of feeling that everything is going against you, because you still have 2 cups that are here that aren't turned over. One of those cups has forgiveness in it. So one of the cups is forgiveness for self, and the other cup is forgiveness for the other person. As you get into these alchemical codes I just heard, it's for your spiritual evolution. Some of you may be feeling very triggered. A part of your triggering is sadness, but you're being encouraged to purge that out and see how things can merge together. What is the sadness teaching you? What are these triggers bringing up for you? The abundance is facing that head on. And then finding a way to devise a new idea, a new innovation, new illumination from the wisdom that you received from that. For some of you, this is in a commitment. So the commitment could be business, something you felt would be more abundant. But the universe, the Most High, the coalescence of it all is saying that we have cycles. And sometimes there are cycles that are very challenging. Can you still get through the challenge? Do you see? This coin has dropped in here. There's a whole treasure chest of abundance that's here, right? And so this gentleman is just giving up. He went to the bar. He decided to get drunk. Oh, woe is me. I lost the gold, the abundance. And he just stopped trying. Versus the young lady here decided, let me think about this. How can I overcome this challenge? What can I use within my skill set to figure it out? And she took, looks like a piece of gum and a string, and reached down and was able to pull each and every coin out. That's where you're being encouraged to not let sadness weigh you down. For some of you, especially if you have addictive tendencies, when you get triggered, when you get sad, when you feel like something's gone wrong, do you turn to addictions of drinking, smoking, eating, whatever that may be? How may you now find a new way to overcome the challenges? How may you now find a way to merge the skills that you already have to tap into this passion within you, to use that violet flame to ignite something new within you? It's your effort plus your intention that's going to create the achievement for you. There's an authentic truth, group number 1, that is inside of you, that's just waiting for you to tap into it. And when you're able to tap into it, it's going to kickstart this natural healing of getting over the sadness for you. The sunstone is also a crystal that can help to energize your immune system, because sometimes when you're feeling down, and some of you, I just heard you're going through ascension symptoms. So as you're purging things out of your body, some things are rising to the top, some emotions. So as you're overcoming these emotions, or the sadness is rising up within you, you could use the sunstone crystal to assist your immune system in being strengthened. Okay? But continue to muse right along. Group number one, stay vigilant. Vigilant of the thoughts you're having. Vigilant of energies that are not well for you whenever you are going through this process. We all have challenges. It would be nice to not have any challenges, but the challenges is where you grow. The challenges is where you're also deciphering these wisdom codes. And this challenge is definitely for your spiritual evolution. Don't relinquish your power. Group number one, there's an abundance of wisdom, divine insight. Abundance, King of Pentacles style, coming forth for you. Allow this transformation, this change to get over this sadness of what went wrong. Forgive yourself and forgive others. Is it always an easy process? No. But can you authentically take that now and move forward with it? Knowing that you're protected throughout this process. Okay? So, yeah, that's been your reading, group number one. There is some sadness. It's presenting a challenge, but the cycle's coming to an end. It is a part of your spiritual evolution. The sunstone is your crystal to assist you. Crystals would definitely be like, it's like the universe, the Most High is saying to you, crystals are very special, would be a very special key for you in this present moment during this spiritual evolution. Okay. Okay, so that was group number one. Thank you for joining me, group number one. Okay, I'm going to put the crystal on the top so I remember. Okay, group number two. Group number two, you chose the azurite crystal. And this was your image that says furried and feathered friends. You also have awakening and sexuality, spiritual maturity, prayer, sea creatures, lodge with counsel, soul healing. Your tarot cards are the World, the Page of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Queen of Pentacles. You have death and rebirth. You also have kindness and forgiveness. Group number one also had something about forgiveness. And you have desert with vision quest. You have home with the Athala rune. Like attracts like. Lord with take charge with authority. The maple spirit with generosity. Transformation. And loud and clear. Okay, group number two. So the coalescence and how things are merging together for you is that many of you are in great connection with Mother Nature. You connect with the animal kingdom magnificently. You guys have the support of furried friends, of feathered friends, and of the sea creatures. So I'm getting this energy like many of you are awakening this ability within you. And you do this for a lot of you through your third eye. It's like you're able to use your vision to, for some of you, transform intuitively with these sacred beings. It's like the animals are intuitive, and then when you tap into your third eye energy, it takes your intuition to another level. Like if it's your feathered friends you're connecting into, then you have a bird's eye view. If it's the sea creatures, then you're able to dive deep into the wisdom. And if it's the furry friends, then you have the endurance of having 4 legs instead of 2. Okay, that's what I'm getting for a lot of you. But and it's because you have that same vibration as them, you know. So for many of you, you're awakening to this ability that you have to do this. You're awakened, and that's why you have the azurite as your crystal, because as you're awakening, this crystal has a higher frequency, and it links you in harmony with your furry friend, with your bird friends, with your 4-legged friends, with the sea creatures. Especially when you use this crystal in meditation, it makes you more aware, and it opens your mind so that you're able to astral project into these other realms and into these inner visions. For some of you, you're able to transform, like take it as it resonates. This isn't for everyone, but it's like you guys are wisdom keepers, so you're able to connect with the animals in each realm, to connect, to receive a higher, when I say higher here, it means a different wisdom, divine wisdom. Okay, so it's like the animals are helping some of you to heal on a soul level, because they do offer a different type of loving companionship, and they do have much to teach us. Even if we're okay, I got it. And so some of you, this soul healing comes and you're able to tap into the animal kingdom, because some of you are appalled by the way that we treat the animals. Meaning, the water is sea creatures' home, but we will still pollute the waters. The forest we cut down to make more roads and things like that, and then there's only certain little spaces that are preserved. Take this as it resonates. It's just coming forward. There's like this treatment of some species that is very appalling. For you, group number 2, the coalescence of things merging together, it's like your empathy is expanding. Not only do you want to see and have better and better for the human species, but also for the sea creatures, also for the furried friends, also for the feathered friends. If you're polluting the air, if you have extreme amounts of electromagnetic frequencies, it throws off the radar ability with the birds, you know, like they have a certain time. Even when it comes to the plants, like you may notice certain things fruiting sooner than they used to, because certain areas are hotter, colder, they're not coming in as soon. Take it as it resonates. Each one lives in a different area, but if you garden in any way, you may have noticed certain things happening. If you pay attention to the cycles of how birds move, if you pay attention to the cycles of when the manatees come, when they go, when the fish move upstream, when they don't. If you pay attention even to the water of what you're drinking, the fluoride and the things in the water. Flint, Michigan still can't. Okay, that's another story for another day, but you know where I'm going with that. They still aren't able to use the water. So it's appalling how we won't even care for ourselves. Okay, there's an awakening that's happening to that. Group number 2, you guys are a group where your empathy is expanding, as I was saying, and you see other beings and the quality of their lives. You also see us all as interconnectedness, and that these kingdoms are equal to our own. Group number 2, the coalescence of how things are working for you all is that you may be inspired to align your actions with your compassion to minimize the harm that we do to the planet and her inhabitants. It's like you guys want certain cycles to be over. This is the world here. So it's like when you're looking at the world, you guys actually feel like you have to apologize to some of the animals for the way that we carry on. It's like you're tapped in on a different level. You can hear the secrets of the animals like they're speaking to you. You're becoming aware of it. Your intuition is tapped into the abundance that even is to be shared throughout the earth, in the sea, in the sky, and on land. Queen of Pentacles here. Do you see that? And so, with the energetic bonds that you have, group number 2, with the inhabitants of the earth, it's like you have a greater awareness of the wisdom of the animals you encounter and their meaning for you. And the divine is saying it hears you loud and clear. That these cycles, card number 45, totals 9, need to come to an end. That we need to find a way to be more generous in spirit, card number 23 here, to create that transformation. How do we merge and become one with our environment instead of dominating and causing turmoil and tragedy to it? How are we able to be more kind in a humanitarian way, to share that energy, not just for ourselves, with each other, and with the other inhabitants of the earth, because we're not the only ones. There are other species. Like attracts like. For many of you, you're like, I'm just one person. How do I even do this? And there are others that have this same vibration as you, like attracts like. With Lodge here in Council, some of you may seek out other organizations that are already in the process of cleaning the oceans, of doing their best to set statutes to where there is certain protected land, certain protected air space. Thank you, confirmation. And sea. Many of you are moving into this essence of spiritual maturity. You want to take charge with authority to really bring this transformation about. For some of you, you're also growing spiritually and you're able to connect with others. Some of you, I wonder why this is here. I'm going to go something deeper, because now we got 2 parts to the message. Like, how does sexuality come in with this type of your message? I'm going to keep it real. Everything else went together. Okay. I don't even need it. I see what you're saying, Spirit. So some of you have been wanting a partner, possibly praying for a partner that won't think it's strange for how empathetic you are, how connected you are with the wisdom that you've received about the planet and its inhabitants. Someone who, give me more on this sexuality. Someone who's just as spiritually mature as you are, that will allow you to, that will assist you in your purpose, in your awakening. Some of you, sexuality. How does sexuality go with this? Because you still could have gave me that message in another way. But your prayers, I'm hearing, are being answered, especially with the solar plexus here. It's like, be confident that the divine hears you loud and clear when it comes to your purpose. And for some of you, the purpose is also to have a spiritually mature relationship. Tell me about this sexuality, please. Thank you. Let me make sure the cards, okay, they're upside down. Yeah, turn it right side up. Well, wait, if this is upside down, this would have, and this was in here, so it would have been like this, right? Okay. Ah, don't you do that. Okay. How does that go together? Okay, gotcha. Took me a minute. Okay, so many of you, when it came to sexuality, you were able to go through this awakening because you didn't, what's another word? That's not a good way to say that. You chose not to engage in dispersing your sexual energy in any way. You allowed it to cultivate a deeper awareness. Thank you. And by you tapping into your solar plexus and not just letting your sexuality, how's a better way to say this? You used basically it's like some of you have possibly been celibate, but during your celibacy, it wasn't so that it was so that you could tap into your self better, into your intuition. You let certain cycles come to a completion where sexuality was the thing that led you first. There you go. Thank you. And by you taking like sexuality off the board, like walking away from it, it allowed for a transformation to come. This transformation, for many of you, you use this time wisely. You use it to connect with your purpose. But as you were connecting with your purpose, you were also able to connect with the other inhabitants of the planet, the furry friends, the feathered friends. Your intuition took you to another level. So it was like you allowed the death to happen of sexuality being first and foremost. You had this rebirth of this transformation. And while you were in that process of the death and rebirth, you were praying out, tapping into your confidence, and it now brought in you to have spiritually mature relationships that are assisting you to grow, to take charge with authority. You're now connecting with others that are also of a more awakened vibration, where like attracts like. Those that feel like home to you. It's just not about what you can offer sexually. That's what I'm getting for your reading group number 2. Okay? So the azurite stone, it shakes and wakes up the third eye. There it is. You guys were not so much in your lower chakras with your sacral. You took the time. Maybe some of you had a vow of celibacy for a while. But it allowed you to go through this awakening, a transformation, to tap into your higher chakras, your third eye. It allowed you to tap into the divine, and the divine heard you loud and clear. You were able to see what cycles in your life you wanted to end. Cycles of how things are going on the planet, for one. Cycles of how things were going within your inner world and your outer world, because sometimes, just like smoking and drinking, sex can also be an addiction. Sometimes when you don't want to face certain things, it's easier to find comfort in between a woman's legs or a man in between yours. Take it as it resonates, okay? So that's this reading. Now you don't just want what's between the legs, you want the whole package. Spiritually mature relationship, mind, body, and soul. And the divine is saying they hear you loud and clear. Now, many of you are possibly ready, willing, and able to indulge in sexuality, but you want it to be with someone who like attracts like, has a heart, a mind, and sees the body as sacred as you do. Okay? So that's your reading, group number 2. Okay, group number 3. Okay, so that was 2. Group number 3. You have the pediolite and the bronzite crystal. And your message says new blueprints. Okay? So you also have you are the universe. Interesting. I'm going to do this like this. You are the universe. And you have dreams. You have forgiveness. So far, every pile has had forgiveness. You have balance. You have ancestors with wisdom, abundance. Your tarot cards are the 7 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, the Judgment, and the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. And then you also have setting boundaries. You have friendship, support, fun, unity, and play. You have tolerance. You also have the moon with take note of intuitive messages. You have appreciate your talents. You also have the Uranus rune with ox and strength. You have volcano with volatility. Butterfly spirit with transformation. I think everyone has had forgiveness and transformation. You also have woot woot. And the crystal blessings from the grandmother diva. Can you see that? Okay, yeah. I think I can put this one here. Yeah. Is that everything? Okay, it don't matter. It's kind of dark. So group number 3, how coalescence is working for you is that many of you are now first setting healthy boundaries. You're finding the balance in setting healthy boundaries so that you're able to provide a safe environment around you. And that's why you chose the pediolite stone here today. The pediolite is a crystal that's used by shamans, and it assists in that protection element. So some of you, a part of your protection is setting healthy boundaries. You're exploring the spiritual planes as a shaman. You're able to go in between the realms, in between the worlds. For many of you, it's in the dream state. So some of you may find yourself lucid dreaming. You're finding that you are the universe, meaning that you're able to reach back in time and healed old family wounds and traumas. And this is big for you. Group number 3, many of you are coming into this awareness. You're having this transformation, and it could shake things up a little bit. But it's like, as things are being shaken up, it's still restoring the harmony. You're bringing in peace and more balance. You're being able and finding yourself being more tolerant to appreciate others' points of view. You're looking at others' talents, gifts, what's been invested, and saying, how can I bring that together? And then you're making a conscious creation, consciously deciding how to have the equal give and take, how to balance things out, how to move forward with support, with fun, with unity. Pentacles here, bringing this materially forward. Nothing but pentacles here, and then the Judgment. So, abundance. When you got pentacles on the board, baby, that's like abundance on abundance on abundance times 3. So many of you are in this energy of forgiving yourself and forgiving others. There are volatile times, but these are a part of the cycles of life. Change starts with you is what I'm getting, group number 3, and you guys are recognizing that that's the way to restore the harmony and the peace. Many of you are tapping into your into your divine DNA, and you're creating new blueprints is what I'm hearing. Group number 3, you guys are starting to plan a bright future, and your ancestors are there. They are cheering you on, and they are imparting wisdom into you. Like, I'm getting through all, so like past lives even. Like I just, what? I just saw like, some of you were like indigenous Indians. Some of you had lifetimes in Egypt. Some of you, wow. There is like ancient, ancestral, like an abundance of wisdom that's coming forth. You're tapping into your strength now, your inner power. And even the crystal, the earth realm is supporting you with the crystal grandmother diva, the diva realm. It's like some of you are tapped in on a different vibration there too, and you're being encouraged to appreciate your talents. Some of you are finding your strength to set the boundaries because now you are appreciating your gifts and your talents. Sometimes with all of this change and transformation around us, group number 3, some of you may feel a bit overwhelmed by all that's going on, and by making all of this positive impact, it can seem impossible at times. But your ancestors are saying you have more of a voice than you realize. No matter how small the action is, it's like it's being celebrated. Whoop whoop. Card number 43. It totals 7. The spiritual lessons, even the small baby steps. And one of the first steps I'm hearing is the forgiveness of self. The forgiveness of self creates that ripple of light within you that flows out into the universe. That's why you are the universe. You're part of a bigger picture, group number 3. You're part of the greater story. And your actions, no matter how small, your choices and your presence is making a difference. You have more power, group number 3, than you realize. So focus on what you can do. No matter how small the action is, it's making a change. It's disrupting and this is a good disruption. It's sending that ripple effect. And when the volcano, like when the lava goes down, it hardens, right? And then that becomes like a new foundation. So this is where those new blueprints are coming forward. You have more power, group number 3, than you realize. Do well with it, I'm hearing. Change does take time in this dense reality that we have. So make plans and start now. And many of you are doing that. You're making plans, like you're looking at, okay, I got this to work with, and I planted these seeds. Okay, I'm at the 7, but I'm moving towards the 10. Okay, how am I doing this? You're starting with your imagination. You're starting in the dream realm. You're finding ways to balance out your higher and lower chakras. The abundance of feeling stable in thought and self, and then balancing out your emotions. Your third eye, seeing things in a way where you're able to appreciate your talents and to appreciate others' point of view as well, is what I'm getting. And that's creating major transformation. The coalescence, the new blueprints, merging things together. Yes, group number 3. Well, I see why y'all got 2 crystals and the crystal blessing from the grandmother diva. Okay. Woo woo. I heard that. All right, y'all ancestors is on it today. So know that your presence matters, group number 3, and keep it moving. You know, it's like they're saying, continue to do the balance. You're setting the new blueprints. It doesn't matter how small the action is. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. I just heard. Okay, take that as it resonates. And then group number 4, hey, you have chosen the Pedialytes crystal, and your image says the root chakra, ground and center. You also have whispers. You have the phoenix rising. You have the gardener. You also have the divine feminine. You have passion. You have the medicine bag. You also have nurturing. Your tarot cards are the 5 of Wands, the Magician, the Fool, and the 10 of Swords. I'll be out in a minute. You have summoning power. You have compassion. Passion and compassion. Woo, woo, woo. That's going back to that fire. I'm hearing violet flame. You have the earth guardian, which stay rooted and grounded. You also have warrior, would be fearless and stand strong. Stay open-minded. Stay open-minded. Inspire others. Let's put this here. Inspire others. And the Hagalas rune with hail. Crystals with focus. The storm spirit with chaos. Hasta la vista, baby. And the divine masculine. Wait, didn't we have divine feminine too? They've been coming out a lot together from different decks, but still coming out together a lot. So group number 4, the coalescence of how things are working together, are mingling for you. is first and foremost for you to get grounded. Get grounded, get grounded, get grounded. You have that like 3 times on the board here. Get grounded. So, and you're getting grounded so that you can repel the negative energy. There may be a lot of negative energy around you. 5 of Wands right here. At this time, as you're creating with the Magician here, as you're taking this leap of faith, you know, there may be some who just don't like that you're inspiring others. You're still being encouraged to stay open-minded and to demonstrate compassion. The compassion is the language of the heart, and it's what says hasta la vista, baby, to the competition and the conflict. So that's why you're being encouraged to get grounded. And that's also why you have the peridotite crystal here, because there can be a lot of negative energy and negative emotions that are surrounding you from day to day, group number 4. But the peridotite crystal is one that neutralizes those energies, and it allows your spirit to absorb knowledge and wisdom. That's also why you have the medicine bag here. Whatever tools you have, whatever crystals, obsidian, onyx, any of the black crystals. And if you look at the peridotite crystal here, it's got like a blackish gray kind of a look to it as well, because they're used to absorb the negative energy that's surrounding you. Especially when you use it during meditation, it expands your mind so that you can truly understand the beauty in life. So that group number 4, you're able to summon the power, to summon the instincts to move in a way that is beneficial for you to summon the intellect and the control to use your gifts in a way that is very beneficial to yourself and to others, where you're able to hear the whispers of your soul, to hear the whispers of the divine, so that you're able to find that place of home within yourself, that place of deep inner peace, that strong sense of feeling grounded within self, so that you're able to stay rooted and grounded and able to nurture yourself, able to be fearless and stand strong. Many of you are able to fly free from the grips of the survival mindset. You see, this 5 of Wands is about that survival mindset. There's not enough to go around. I deserve it. You don't. I deserve it more than you. And you're saying, no, I take myself out of the conflict. I take myself out of the competition. I don't need to be in a survival or scarcity mindset. There is a place within me where I'm thriving. I don't have to stab another person in the back. Not once, twice, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 times. No. I just use the tools I have. Group number 4 is what you're saying. To create something new. Something that creates for me to thrive. So I say hasta la vista to the competition, to the conflict. And I get grounded, and then use my abilities and my powers to summon instinct, to summon intellect, to tap into something that makes me feel passionate. And I'm getting group number 4. Many of you are passionate about helping others. That's what makes you feel like the phoenix rising from the ashes, where you're able to show compassion. You stay open-minded to the points of views of others. And that's what allows you to be an inspiration to others. You focus on the positive. You focus on the things that are beneficial. How do you nurture yourself? And then how are you able to nurture others? Joyfully. Group number 4, you guys tend to trust your connection to community and the fact that you can rely on others. Well, the horn is blowing. I guess that's confirmation. You You can rely on others, I was saying, and you understand your responsibilities in turn. You know, you, group number 4, you have a strong foundation for all aspects of life. And now many of you are stepping into this energy of where you're putting your guard down. You're seeing the coalescence of how things work together. How you're able and when you're able to mix and mingle your energy, and when you just want to pull back and get grounded. You don't want to live your life in this survival mindset, in a scarcity mindset. You don't want to live your life with your guard always having to be up. Yes, you're going to be fearless like a spiritual warrior and stand strong. But you know, group number 4, that you have the tools to ride the waves if you need to. You know that everything is okay. So in your garden, you know that it's going to be abundant. You plant the seeds and you let nature assist you with the chaos. And when it comes to the chaos, you're finding order within the chaos. Because even when a seed is planted in the ground, and many of you are gardeners, right? Gardeners of the mind, gardeners of the soul, of the spirit. You take the divine masculine action from self, and you go out and you put in the work. The work of clearing your mind, the work of getting grounded, the work of planting good seeds in your mind, in your body. And then you allow nature to take its course and do its thing, knowing that you'll be nurtured, you'll be cared for. Because like attracts like. What you give out is what you get back. Now, does it seem chaotic at times? Of course. We have cycles of life. But just as that seed has to go through the chaos of being planted in the ground, it then fights its way up, pops open the seed, but it then starts to bloom. It then becomes from a seed to a seedling. I think we did this the other day. A seed to a seedling. From a seedling to a tree. From a tree to a tree that produces fruit. And even when you're in the fire and there seems to be chaos all around you, when things are burning down, you still find balance and harmony within you and rise like a phoenix from the ashes, because you're willing to stay open-minded, knowing that your needs are going to be taken care of. Into every life, some storms will form, but you can sit in the eye of the storm, because even the storms are necessary to clear out certain things. You ever gone outside after a good rain, after the thunderstorm, and the air just feels so calm? All the negative ions have, there's a balance between the ionosphere. That's what the coalescence of things is happening for you, group number 4. So as you guys are taking these leaps of faith and using the tools that you have, as you're summoning in the power, the instincts, the intellect, summoning in the control even of self, because self-control is a part of quieting the chaos. When there's a storm swirling all around you, can you sit in the eye of the storm? Your divine feminine then will attract what is necessary to come forth for you. When you're in that divine feminine energy, you're able to hear the whispers of the divine, the whispers of your soul, In your divine feminine energy, you nurture yourself so that then you're able to nurture others. Okay, group number 4. As the coalescence of things with the violet flame and the passions within you are coming forward, stay rooted, stay grounded. Even if there's chaos and firestorms, you're a phoenix that rises from the ashes. And when there's hell that's all around you, it only came to water your garden. Okay? So stay open-minded. Continue to nurture yourself. Group number 4, that has been your reading. I want to thank you for joining me, Tonae Star, for your message on coalescence and how all things are coming together with your fire and the violet flame. So, remember, as I say, always shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you are still amongst the stars. And of course, to always, 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 always let your light shine bright. Do what? Let your light shine bright. Always let your light shine bright. Do what? Let your light shine bright. Stay rooted and grounded. Group number 4. Thank you for joining me. And like, share, subscribe.